finally today we're joined by Sherri Carrier with the Tulsa Animal Welfare. Good to have you, kid.
Thank you for having me.
Glad you could take the time to come visit with us. What's going on with the shelter?
The shelter is over capacity right now, so we're encouraging people to come out and visit, apply to be a foster. You can apply to be a volunteer and come out and look at all the great animals that we have right now.
What's available? I mean, do you have everything from German Shepherds to lap dogs, or fish bait as I call them?
They're all American shelter dogs is what we refer to them as, but it's mostly mixed breeds. Usually medium-sized to large breed dogs is what we get in. Unfortunately, I think we have an overpopulation problem because people don't choose to spay and neuter their pets, so we're really trying to educate the public to do that. Mm-hmm. And we just have an abundance of animals that come in the shelter daily.
You know, a dog can get into your heart real fast. My family's been down that road on a couple of occasions, and you just don't know. I mean, I still see the last one coming around the corner inside the house, you know, ready to romp and play there and then. And then plop down in front of me and say, rub my belly.
Yeah. They do become family members very quickly, and we love to see that. We love it when we have our foster population. You know, they take animals and try to bring them to events to get them adopted, and it really relieves the pressure on the shelter of the overcrowded population. Mm-hmm. And some of those fosters end up adopting those dogs, and it's really a beautiful thing when it happens.
Do you ever have anybody come through that you think, wait a minute, no, I know, I don't want any of these dogs to go with that person?
There are some vetting mechanisms that we utilize, and sometimes it's hard to tell people no, but there are people that probably don't have the means to be able to take care of a lifelong commitment for 15 to 20 years. So it's hard to make those decisions, but sometimes, yes, we have to make those.
Our last one lasted 14 years, and he was a member of the family, and when he left us, it was hard.
It is hard. I've experienced that myself multiple times, and I usually say, I'm not going to get another dog, and then I end up going and rescuing a dog.
Well, I see a lot of people with, I don't know exactly what they're called. They're some sort of support animal, and they're wearing a cloth cover to let you know that it is a support creature. Mm-hmm. What's that all about? How does that work?
That's a popular thing now. You can go online and research that and see how it works. There's a lot of emotional support dogs, and then there's some actual service dogs. So they're really two different things, but you can go online and search and see what would be the best fit for what you're looking for.
You know, I picked up a copy of the magazine Cowboys and Indians recently, and there was a full-page ad in there, which must have cost a bundle, on some German Shepherds that were for home defense animals. Mm. But these animals were trained. I don't know if they'd make good pets or not, because I always was under the impression that a home defense animal had one master, that not everybody in the family could be around it. But the cost on these animals was like $25,000 each. That's almost off the chart.
There's different training for different animals, different dogs, and people do utilize training facilities for some animals. It's just really a owner preference or what the dog is going to be doing for them.
One more extreme story, and I'll get back to what we're talking about. I had a friend who trained shepherds for the military during the Vietnam War. Their job was to go into the tunnels and root out the enemy. And they said the way he trained them, you wouldn't want to have this animal as a pet. But the men that the dogs worked with very softly could say quietly, still, go, do, and they'd respond just like that.
Yeah, animals are very smart.
A lot smarter than we give them credit for.
Very smart.
What would you say to someone who walked in and said, I want to see the smartest dog you got?
I would say take your pick. We have several rows and over 200 dogs right now, and there's some really good dogs in our facility.
You've got over 200?
We do.
How are you doing that?
It's very difficult. It's takes a team effort, and we have one of the best teams that you will ever find.
Yeah, you do, and that's a lot of dog food.
It's a lot of dogs, and we also have cats.
You don't have a 5-toed cat, do you?
Actually, we just had a litter that came in that did have that. Yeah, those
Are they
special
gone?
kitties. I think they're still there.
Well, I'll be knocking at your door.
Come on.
Hemingway wrote about the 5-toed cat, and he had one with him for years when he wrote. I think, what was it, The Old Man and the Sea? But God, he made it so romantic to have, a 5-toed cat, which is a very rare instance.
We just had a litter come in, and I believe they were. So you should come and check it out.
Oh, I've got to now. What other dogs do you have? Can you give us some idea? Do we have any pictures?
I didn't bring any pictures, but like I said, we have a lot of medium-sized to large-size mixed breed dogs. We don't get in a lot of small dogs. We do sometimes, and they go very quickly. Mm-hmm. But mixed breed, some shepherd, some pit.
How do they do this? Where are you located?
We're at 3031 North Erie Avenue in Tulsa. We're open 7 days a week from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
2 to 6 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go through the paperwork after they pick out the one they want.
Yeah. You can also call 918-596-8010, or you can go to the City of Tulsa website to Animal Welfare, and you can look at our adoptable pets.
Great. Hey, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me. I
Well, the
appreciate
time
it.
went by in a hurry.
Well, please come and visit, and I'll hold those kittens for you if you want me to.
Hold one. I'd like to come by and check it out. I really would.
I can send you an email with a picture.
Do that. I'd be so grateful.
I will.
Thank you. We're all out of time. We'll be back this time next week. Thank you for joining us.